Alright, let's talk about gambling. Okay, so I promised to bring this up, and I will. So I sold that crap that I had in my inventory, and I'll show you how gambling works. So this is Geed. He's in Act 1, and we can go to Gamble. That was bad. Oh, right off the bat, right? So you can see what I mean. We can start gambling and just buying amulets, things like that. And every time you go into Gamble, we can do this and just keep buying these. So this is entirely based on character level, and the prices, I believe, are set. So I'm just going to be buying and broke as hell. Okay, never mind. I'm not really worried about it because I have been spending a lot on resummoning RYZEN. How much shared gold do I have? Not very much. So let's not chip away at that. So, okay, let's see what we got. That's not bad, but it's not what I want. Lightning res. That's not great. I want AR. Fuck you, that's terrible. Energy, lightning res. That was pretty bad. So, I'm gonna see if you can recycle these. Can you? No, they can't be yellow. I didn't think they could. So you can also do this. This is a very good thing to try out. That's not great. That's actually pretty good. But that has that has magic find on it. I don't want to get rid of it. And that's pretty bad. So you can see what I mean. That's how gambling works. It's not very exciting. It's pretty much just a good way to lose a lot of money, just like in real life. So I don't really do it very often. I don't even recommend gambling until you're at least at your character's most potential level, because that's how gambling works, is based on character level. Like I said in the last video, it doesn't matter if you're in Act 3 or Act 5, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the difficulty either, it's based entirely on character level. So if you're level 5, you're gonna get level 5 drops. If you're level like 60 or 50, it's gonna be 60 and 50. So it does have its potential, but it's not very fortuitous, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I just... Oh my... shit. Okay, let's not die. That's... You can see what I mean. I may have max resistance and some pretty damn decent armor, but that doesn't stop bullshit damage. That cold is what's really a pain in the ass. Okay, he's over there. Oh, there's like 2. That's just horse shit. It's the pit! But I'm not interested in the pit right now. Maybe later, but not right now. Oh, Jesus, this is really scary. I wasn't kidding when I said projectile-based enemies are the most dangerous thing in this mode. This is why, as a zealot, you start having to really rely on pumping up fanaticism, because you want to make sure you're actually safe. This is gonna do some shit damage to me. Okay. That was pretty scary. That was not very fun, let's not lie. That could have been way easier. Alright. Also, if I haven't mentioned this yet, if your resistances are maxed, you're not going to get extra bonuses for having max resistance. So at some point, you do have to reconsider what you're using. Alright, so now we've gotten to Monastery. This gloom. I'm probably going to use that belt on my imbue, because I really would like a better belt that actually has max potion stash. That would be pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, this could be dangerous. Always look at the what their procs are. If you don't look at what the procs are, it's very easy to get killed. Especially if you're playing Sorceress. It's very much essential. If you're not playing Sorceress, it's not a big deal, but for the most part, you need to double check what every single unique is. Even if you have, like, only a basic glimpse of it, check. It's so damn important, man. You have no idea. God damn it. 1 to Dex. Why not? We'll keep it there. It's just gonna live in my inventory until I get a better charm. That is a very low-flying plane. So yeah, I'm gonna use my imbue quest probably on that belt I have in there. Alright, this looks like the... What? What? Am I empty? Oh, fuck, I am. I've been pissing them away, just so freely. I pee freely. I'm trying, I'm really trying. I'm tired as hell. I have to interact with people after this, remember that. So they have to deal with me in person. You guys just have to deal with my voice. Which is probably about the same in terms of irritation. I don't know, in public I'm pretty calm. I don't really do anything, like, crazy. Hang on, I gotta... Okay, that... I needed to make sure, because I was like, if it's a text or something, I gotta make sure it's not from our AC people. No, there's this, like, brand of fucking, Oh, let's do story time, because... Fuck me in the ass. Mana burn scares the shit out of me, because I just see that my stats hit nothing, and then I get instantly scared. But yeah, so story time here. When I used to work at, Burger King, I used to work with this massive douche, and, he was just, like, really dumb, antisocial asshole, and... Oh, fuck. Okay, story time can wait. This is scary. Okay, that's not bad. I say this now. Anyways, so... Good job, RYZEN. You feel stronger. Now give me the runes back you stole. Anyways, so... He was just this real trolly, awful human being. He was, like, maybe 40 or so, I don't know. I was 20 or 22 or something. And so he used to intentionally piss guests off by, like, you know, pissing him off in drive-thru to, like, stall and then drag my drive times down. And he'd say stuff like, there was this one day where this guy came in, and I think he was a regular that I had. And keep in mind, I ran breakfast. I ran the whole, like, I was second in charge of the whole store. So, I ran a tight shift, right? I had really good time, so when he'd fuck me over on purpose, it was really annoying. And, he was in deep with management, so it was really hard to get rid of. Anyway, so this one guy, we had a deal. They were 89 cents for pancakes, and so we had, like, a ton of pancakes on sale, and so I told everybody on front, I was like, okay, just, you know, just to hook some people in, just tell them, hey, we have these pancakes for 89 cents or whatever. And so this guy noticed it, too. And he's like, oh, I'll take some of your hot... Oh, shit! Anyways. Okay, that's very strong. Wow. And so he, like... It's funny, but at the time, you gotta realize how frustrating this was. So he's like, I'll take an order of hotcakes, please. And, this guy just goes, oh, we don't have... He talked like this, too. He's like, oh, we don't have hotcakes. We have pancakes. And then the guy goes, okay, so 1 order of hotcakes and 2 croissants for $5, or 2 for $4 or whatever. And he goes, we don't have hotcakes, we have pancakes. And the guy's like, alright. And so he goes, oh, let's get our item ready before I forget about it. He goes, we don't have hotcakes, we have pancakes. And the guy gets really close to the box, and he goes, hotcakes, pancakes, same fucking thing. And then the guy goes, alright, I'll be 345 at the window. Or whatever, like. And then he bolted off, I need to smoke. And then he fucking, oh, Jesus, man. Guy was a goddamn mess. Oh, that sucks. Well, that was probably a waste. But, he's like, it was the awkward silence as the guy drove off to the window. But just hotcakes, pancakes, same fucking thing. And I had to take his money, and I'm like, I am so sorry. That dude's not supposed to be working front. He's like, no, I know. I'm like, okay, thank you. Like, yeah, it was bad. So after that, I was telling Ian, my friend, about that, and he just fucking thought it was so funny. It was funny. Like, to be fair, it was funny because it wasn't me that had fucked up, but it was irritating because this guy did this all the fucking time. It was like, oh, we don't have that. We have this. It would be the exact same thing, right? We don't have... Oh, no, this is the other one. One old woman comes in, I'll take an Arnold Palmer. We don't have Arnold Palmer. We have Coke products. And then she goes, an Arnold Palmer? Because we don't have Arnold Palmers. I don't know what that is. And I just yell across the kitchen, it's iced tea and lemonade, dumbass! Like... It was great. She goes, it's iced tea and lemonade. And I'm like, yeah, see? What's that? You know, like, this guy really pushed everybody to their limits. He did it on purpose, and it was awful. But, so Ian was like, fucking thought it was so funny. So every time I talk about pancakes, or I make pancakes or something, I send him a picture and I go, hey look, I made hotcakes. And he says, we don't have hotcakes. Seriously, man, this is what happens when you work in food. It just destroys your brain cells. That's why I don't work there anymore. But yeah, so there's this brand. Oh, let me. I swear this won't take up too much time, but oh god, don't let me get butt fucked here. Let me read the description first. It's a brand of pancake mix called Park City Kodiak Cakes, and it was called Protein Balls. No bake protein bite mix. And so I sent that to him, and he's like, we don't have protein balls, we have hotcakes. Pancakes and hotcakes. I'm like, fucking hell. I love, they actually don't taste bad. I bought them before, but actually for Christmas in 2018, I got a coworker, because she loved pancakes and stuff, and every day we'd have pancakes for breakfast and stuff at work. She put peanut butter on them, and so I got her some peanut butter Kodiak cake mix, and she was really, really happy about it. I thought it was cute, and they don't taste bad. I bought them before. She's like, oh, these are really cool. I never had these before. I'm like, yeah, they're pretty good. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's like taco seasoning and shit. I don't buy that anymore because I know how to make it. Here, do you want to know how to make taco seasoning and blow your fucking mind? Alright. Let Seth learn you how to make taco mix so you can show off all your friends. First of all, you need MSG. It's the king of flavor. And it's just dried seaweed, so don't be afraid of it. It really does. It does help. Whenever I make fried rice or something, I use it. And you're probably like, Seth's fat. No, I weigh 160 pounds and I'm 6'4". I'm anything but. So it's like, fucking, okay, it's Stargate, no, it's Hotcakes, but we had this, like, anyways, fucking, what was I saying? Oh, yes, I just had a senior moment there, 27-year-old senior moment. So yeah, basically, so Seth's gonna learn you how to make, taco seasoning. Alright, you ready? MSG, black pepper, salt, cumin, a tiny bit of cayenne pepper, a tiny bit of paprika, and maybe like a 2-to-3 ratio with your cumin and chili powder, because chili powder can be pungent, so you want to balance it with something nice. Cumin gives you that beefy flavor that you have in tacos. Trust me, it's really cheap too. It's like $2 for like a thing of cumin, and it works really good on everything too. I recommend putting it in chili. Okay, anyways, some plain. I use sea salt or iodized salt. It doesn't matter. Just use salt and black pepper. If you want to get fancy, you can throw some oregano in there. You can get Italian oregano or Hispanic oregano. It doesn't really matter. Do that. Bam. You got yourself taco mix. And guess how cheap it was? Very cheap. Because you did it yourself. And also, here's the magic. You want to know how to make the best top ramen ever, or actually, you want to know how to make the best stir fry ever, or the best Asian ingredient dish, whatever ever. Get yourself some fish sauce, man. And I know it looks and smells like absolute putrid anus, but alright, I'll teach you a little secret, alright? I'll let you in on a little Seth secret, alright? It's between you and me now. Don't tell anybody. I feel like I'm trying to sound like Bob Ross, but I sound more like Jeffrey Epstein, but I'm not sure I want to go to either of those, so... what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I'll teach you how to make some badass ramen-like broth without actually making ramen broth, okay? So, oh shit. Wow. I might give that to RYZEN. No, it's mine. Fuck RYZEN. Anyways, so I'll teach you how to make a badass soup, okay? This is... You know how I say I used to be a vegetarian and everything, right? Yeah, let's give that to him, because it has a freezing target, and I think that's a really good proc. Anyways. So I'll teach you how to make some pretty badass soup, alright? Go to your grocery store. Your favorite one. I go to Fred Meyer because I'm an old white woman apparently. So go ahead and go to your grocery store, and then you can get these yakisoba noodles at like most places. They have them next to like produce because they're like cold storage. Get some yakisoba noodles, get some mushrooms, some water chestnuts, and get yourself whatever vegetables you really want, but I strongly recommend mushrooms, water chestnuts, maybe some Napa cabbage. You could use regular-ass cabbage as well. So, okay. And then you want to take yourself all that, take all your veggies, now caramelize brown your onions off, add some garlic if you want to, depending on your preferences, and do all that, but okay, so... yeah, so the best thing you want to put in there, 2 parts soy sauce, 3 parts fish sauce. Now, add some brown sugar to that, and you've basically got pad thai sauce, alright? And then you can add peanut butter to it. There's, like, so many different, like, variations, but yeah, use soy sauce inside your soup base and everything with fish sauce, like 2 to 3 parts. Trust me, man. You will not regret. You'll be like, wow, Seth wasn't full of shit, that's really good. Now, fish sauce, don't let it touch your skin, ever, because it smells like anus, and that's the biggest problem. However, when you cook it down, it's very sweet. It's almost like a sweet, savory taste, and with soy, it complements it, and if you have MSG in there, it complements it even further. So... anyways, you can use, like, those noodles. I don't use ramen noodles because I'm classy, okay? Use yakisoba noodles and boil them in the broth while you're doing all your vegetables and stuff. Basically, I don't use chicken for it. I always use soy. Or, if you want to be really fancy, use miso soup stock mix and do that. Miso soup, if you don't know, is just soy soup. It's soy-based stock. It's pretty good. I like miso soup. And then if you want, you can chuck in some, like, nori in there, too, if you really want to. Go impress all your weeb friends. I mean, I make everything from scratch. I don't buy, like, pre-made soups and stuff. I actually buy the ingredients to do it, and I use those. Like, when I make pad thai, I use shrimp, and... it depends. Sometimes I use shrimp, sometimes I use shrimp and chicken. It just depends on what I really feel like. Oh, holy fuck! Okay, holy shit. Oh, God. Oh, my word. Anyways, let's not die. Ah, fuck, my coal res is lower now. Oh well, that's fine. I'll get over it later. Anyways, yeah, I make my own pad thai and everything as well. I'll use like shrimp and soy or shrimp and chicken. I almost always use shrimp because it's it adds to the broth. So what I do is I'll make my pad thai sauce from scratch. I'll use like fish sauce. It's like fish sauce, brown sugar, MSG. I use curry powder because I like a nice warm flavor to it as well. Gives it a good kind of mix. Like, you don't have to, it's not traditional. It's just onions, bell peppers. I use honey glazed peanuts because I think that's a really good mix because it's sweeter. Like, I like pad thai, but I like a sweeter, tangy taste. And then I'll use lemon juice or lime juice, depending on what I have. I almost always have lemons, but I don't always buy limes. But yes, lemons and limes are preferable, but lime is traditional. And then you can get rice noodles at like any like Asian section as well. They're very cheap. And then you just boil them off on the side, and I leave them in like a kind of like almost al dente, and then I use like the pan to heat them up, and then like use all that to like residually heat them through. It's good. I like it. Pad thai is really easy to make, and then you just scramble like 2 eggs together. I can't eat eggs. They make me sick instantly. But yeah, pad thai is really quite easy to make. I mean, it's easy to make, but that doesn't mean it's like bad. Like, pad thai is usually very, very healthy. It's just stir fry. It's literally just like, it depends on what you put in it, but for the most part, it's just noodles, onions, bell peppers, peanuts, like whatever protein you want to put into it. That's it. It's very basic, and some scrambled eggs. For those of you who wonder how to cook without fucking overpowering flavors and fucking overcooking eggs, do yourself a favor whenever you're making like fried rice or whatever. Scramble your eggs in a pan on the side. Don't scramble them with your stuff, because it will always almost guaranteedly overcook them every single time, and they will taste terrible. If you can taste your eggs like that's not good. Your eggs shouldn't be overcooked. Also, when you're making fried rice, don't use rice from the same day. That is the biggest no-no with fried rice. That's not how you make it. It needs to be as dry as hell. Preferably a day old, but if you want to, you can leave it out in like the fridge for like, I don't know, like half a day or so. Usually a few hours, but you want to get all that moisture out of it. If you use straight out of the pot rice, it's too moist. It will absolutely destroy that texture, and it won't fry properly. That's just how it do, man. That's just how it do. You can't... I will say this, fried rice seems really easy, but it's really easy to do it wrong. There's so many ways you can fuck fried rice up that it's unbelievable. And I feel like it's a cardinal, like, sin to fuck up fried rice. If your rice is sticky or gloopy, also do yourself a favor and wash your rice off like 2 or 3 times in like a colander. And trust me, watch how different your rice comes out. It will be a lot drier, but the consistency will be better, and it will be cooked through a lot better, because also all that moisture is letting the rice absorb it through that process too. And then you don't get like dry patches or clumps in your rice either. You think I'm crazy? I love rice. It's one of my favorite things. So if you fuck up fried rice, you're a bad chef. That's all there is to it. If it don't fucking overdo it, alright? Fried rice is very simple. Like I said, if you want to make really good fried rice, and if you don't like eggs like me, but you want to do it traditionally, cook your eggs in a separate pan. Don't fucking cook the rice in it. It doesn't work right. It just overkills it. Unless you're using a wok and you do it the very last step, it just overkills it. I can't do it. I don't have a wok either. That's my biggest problem. But yeah, man, you gotta like... Cooking fried rice is an art. It's simple, it sounds like, but it's an art. Alright, you wanna know how you make the bombest fried rice ever? Stick to less than 5 ingredients. And you don't cook your green onions, they're a fucking garnish. They're not meant to be cooked in fried rice. They're the garnish. You don't cook them. They taste just like onions. They're supposed to be there for color and oh, it drives me nuts. I mean, you can use like the tops as garnish, sure, but no, they're not the same. It's just or the bottom. Sorry, you can use the bottom, the whites of green onions, but it's not the same. It's not what it's meant for, man. Anyways, but you can also... Here's how to make golden fried rice if you've ever been to restaurants that do this. I'm pretty sure at least somebody has, or you've at least seen it. To make golden fried rice, what you do is you take your fried rice... Or sorry, you take your day-old rice. Swear to God, if you use, like, out-of-the-pot rice, you're doing it wrong. Take your rice, and then take, like, 2 eggs. I'd say, like, for 2 cups of rice, 2 eggs is more than enough. Look at that, by the way. That's a dual immune. If I was playing as a Blizzball, I couldn't do that. So, take your rice, and then take your eggs and whip them. Like, sorry, mix your eggs, make sure they're perfect, like, about, like you would do for scrambled eggs. And then gently lather it into your rice to where all the rice is coated. And then while you're frying your rice off, it'll absorb that moisture and then cook the eggs on the rice, and it will, like, cause it to be really fluffy. That's how you make golden fried rice. I don't know why I know how many ways to cook rice. But I do. Also, if you want to know how to make Spanish rice, I'll tell you the biggest secret ever. Alright. And this is like the true way to make true traditional Spanish fried rice or Mexican fried rice. So, first of all, don't fuck it up. Second of all, use the largest pot you have. Or something that you have the right ability to hold this all in, right? So... take some onions, garlic, whatever, like, things you want, and then cook them off like you would normally, right? And then what you want to do is once those cook off, all your veggies get cooked off. Don't use olive oil because it's a little bit too much of a rich flavor. It won't come across. Use vegetable oil or mantequilla if you really want to get fancy. But yeah, use that. So cook your rice off, or sorry, cook your veggies off, and then, oh, here's where it gets weird, but trust me, it works. Pour in your rice, like whatever the amount is, pour your rice into that shit, and then stir the rice, with no moisture, by the way, no water, no nothing. Stir your rice in, and then work it around till it sort of looks like it's getting brown. Like, make sure all the kernels are getting kind of brown. And then... oh, this is where it gets wild, right? Once you've got all that mixed in with your seasonings and stuff, I usually do this after, but then add your stock, and then add a cup of tomatoes, like a solid, like, 8-ounce cup of tomatoes, whatever. And I use chicken stock when I make Spanish rice because it's just, it feels traditional, I guess. And if you want to get fancy and make it a little bit drier, don't use 2 cups of stock if you're using 2 cups of rice. Use just your the juice and the tomatoes, because I strain them if I don't. So yeah, use that and bring it up to a boil. At this point, I usually, before I put it on to boil, I mix it all together and then I throw in the seasonings like I want to use. Usually I do this when I'm making pozole, but yeah, you can also use that. You can use, like, bits of your pozole, like this, like... oh, I'm not even gonna go there. You just gotta do it. Oh, that's a fucking far away point. But yeah, and then bring it up to boil, and then once it's boiling at a rolling boil... I have, like, a thing on my tongue. It's hurting, by the way. Once it's at a boil, add your lid to the top of it. Make sure you do this in a big pan, or do it in like a soup pot. You want to have room, otherwise it's going to be really awful. It's going to overboil if you're not careful, because there's a lot of liquid. But, yeah, once that's doing its business, bring it up to a boil, and then, yeah, just let it sit down for like 13 minutes or so on like a low heat. I usually use a 3 on my oven, I guess. Yours is probably different than mine. And then there you go. Take the lid off, stir it around, and be amazed that you just made Spanish fried rice. It's very, very easy. I mean, it's nowhere as good as, like, Mexican fried rice, or sorry, as Asian fried rices, but it's pretty good. Here's how to make the ultimate savory rice, by the way. If you want to make your friends go, holy hot damn, how'd you do this? Damn, son, where'd you find this? When you're making plain white rice, add like 2 tablespoons of butter, and then add... What is this guy? I haven't seen what he is yet. I think he's just aura enchanted. Yeah, he was. Just add yourself some butter, some salt. Actually, here's what I would do. Wash your rice off like a normal human being, and then once your water becomes clear, that's when you want to use it. It gets all the excess starch off, prevents it from overboiling as well. Like I said, it's really useful, do it. And then bring your water up to a boil, but in that water, add your butter, your salt, your pepper, a little bit of cumin, and a little bit of... well, not cumin, sorry. A little bit of curry, and a little bit of, like, garlic powder. Actually, a pretty generous amount of garlic powder, a little bit of cumin, and bam, you've got yourself a nice savory rice dish. I've also done this with mushrooms as well. Like, just fry up your mushrooms in the pan with, like, some butter, salt, some pepper, and then don't drain it, but then add your water, bring it up to a boil, then put your rice in, and you will be like, holy hot damn, that is the best shit ever. That's multiple hit. Yeah, that's multiple shot. I thought so. Okay. But, yeah, man, you'll be fucking blown away by how amazing you can make your rice. This is also why I say, once you learn how to do these things, you never, ever, ever do it again. Like, from a box. It's so much easier. I haven't made, like, box mashed potatoes in, like, 2 years. So, those of you who don't know how to make mashed potatoes, first of all, buy yourself a fucking vegetable peeler, because goddammit, people that like skins in their potatoes are just wrong and weird. I'm sorry if you like it, but I don't. It's just a texture thing, and it's gross, and it's just dirt. I don't like it. But, yeah, go ahead and get yourself a vegetable peeler. Like, scrape off all the skin on your potatoes, bring some water up to a boil, dice your potatoes up kind of roughly, because you don't really worry about how they look. And then just put them in some boiling water for like 15-20 minutes, and drain the water out, and add whatever seasonings and shit you want to it. You don't need a potato masher, by the way. You can just use a fucking coffee cup. That's what I do. Actually, I don't use a coffee cup. I use like a standard-ass, like, dining cup, and then I just, like, mash them in the pot. And then add as much, like, milk and butter as you want to flavor and texture, consistency. More milk means runnier potatoes, less milk means starchier potatoes. I prefer starchier. And, there you go. It takes less than 20 minutes, and it takes the same amount of time as instant mashed potatoes in the end of the day. Like... and it's way cheaper. You know how much a bag of potatoes is? It's like fucking $2. You know how much a box of, like, instant mash is? It's like $5. You know how... that's why I save money, man. You learn how to cook, you never have to go back to certain things. Like, I haven't made pancakes from a box in a long time. I want to see if that loops around a little bit better, because I really don't like this. Oh, shit, it doesn't. But maybe... I want to see how this leads from here. But, yeah, man, if you're ever curious how to make, like, pancakes from scratch, it's like 2 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of milk, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, which is dirt cheap, a little bit of salt, whatever seasonings you want, whisk it all together, and then mix it together. Don't overbeat it. You don't want your pancake batter to be runny. You can add sugar if you want for sweetness, or you can add like brown sugar for more starchier, thicker sort of things, and you can add and subtract as much as you want to make your desired thing. Put a pan up to like a medium-high heat, and pour like, use a measuring cup. That's the best way to do it. Use a measuring cup. Do like a 1/4 cup at a time. You don't want to do too much, because that's how you fuck your pancakes up. Oh my god. I was like, yeah, that's a extra strong, I can tell. His fucking first hit like knocked like 90% of my health off from a fucking minion. Yeah, bring it up to medium-high heat, like a 1.5 minutes on each side. And here's the magic. People go, oh, well shit, what do I do if my pancakes are gonna get cold? Turn your oven on low broil, or put it on 350. It doesn't need to even come to heat. Put them on like a pan and then just set them in there while you're doing the other ones. Fucking mind blown, right? Like, once you learn how to do stuff like that, you never... Okay, oh god. Jesus, Okay, that was fucking spooky. But yeah, once you learn how to do it, you never go back. You will always do it the way that you know works, because it works. So, it's the magic of Disney, right? I'm serious, man. You start cooking for realsies, and you start to realize how easy a lot of things are to actually create. You want to know the difference between meatballs and, like, meatloaf? Ketchup and seasoning. That's it. Those are the only differences between those two things. I don't use beef because I can't eat beef, so I use ground turkey, and people go, oh, well, it's not got the same fat consistency. Go to any supermarket and look in the meat section, and they have 80-20 turkey. It's there. So that's Andariel. She's got blue titties now. Alright, let's see how I do against Andariel. Her poison attack is very brutal. There's no getting around it. She's still a very difficult boss. Keeping an eye on my health, though. I'm doing pretty okay damage to her, but that poison, though, man, it's a bit spooky for my liking. Come on. Drop an SOJ, that'd be great. I would blow my load. Well, no I wouldn't, but still. Come on. Bullshit. Okay, that jewel could be good. Lame. And that's the end of the whole game. Not really. Let's see what else is in here while I'm looking around. But yeah, man, you'll realize how crazy easy it is to cook some things after you start doing it long enough. I'm not saying it's bad to cook box food at all. I fucking love box mac and cheese, but I know how to make roux-based mac and cheese that's baked in the oven. Pretty fucking easy. It's just flour and butter, and then you add your cheese, and then you add a little bit of milk, and then you add that very slowly to get a consistency. Then you add your pasta, you boil your pasta, you put that on there, you layer it in the thing, you put it in the oven for an hour, all of it together after your pasta's al dente, and then you put it in the oven for an hour, and then you on 350. That's how you make pasta. That's the easiest way to make a baked pasta dish. Don't put raw pasta in there. You are insane if you do that. People that put raw pasta, it's a fun way to learn how to fuck up your food pretty easy. I don't know. I don't like putting raw rice and stuff either. It's really weird, but it is doable. That's a pretty bad jewel. That sucks. Wow. But I've been dreading this day, that what we're about to do here. You know, we've had some fun with our man, RYZEN. You know, he's... I don't want to do this. But RYZEN, it's time we leave you. And we replace you. And I'm so sorry. But RYZEN, I'm gonna need my stuff back.
I can't.
I better not have a fuck up here. RYZEN, it's been good times, buddy. We've had good days, we've had good times, but...
I bet you wonder how this town manages to stay safe with all the trouble going on out in the desert.
Because of RYZEN. But RYZEN... We're gonna have to leave you, man. We don't have a RYZEN. Are they randomly generated? Okay, they aren't. But RYZEN... It's been good days, buddy. It's been real good days. We've seen a lot of shit together. We've killed Diablo. We've killed Bale, Mephisto, Duriel, the Countess. We've killed them all. And we've been through hell and back. But, I miss you, man. Hey, look, it's not RYZEN, it's Durga. What's up, bro? Okay, wow. So that's the end of RYZEN. Oh, don't you halt me. Go fuck yourself. Alright. That was inevitable, guys. We had to get rid of RYZEN. We need to get our Durza here. Or Durga, sorry. Durza's that shitty character from the Inheritance series. Oh, man. It was good times, but... I'm crying on the inside right now. Well, not really, but still. I'm gonna run Act 1 a bit. I'm gonna go call our AC people and yell at them and tell them they need to get their shit together. So, yeah. I'm really tired, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I already miss RYZEN.